Ever feel like people are interested, but they don't buy? They watch your content, they ask questions, they engage, but when it's time to actually move, they hesitate. You explain it again, you add more detail, you try to make it clearer, and somehow it makes it worse. You start thinking, maybe it's my offer. Maybe I need a better strategy. But what if that's not the problem? What if the real issue is something your audience can feel before you even say a word? It's like when someone is trying to sell you something, but they don't fully believe it themselves, you can feel it immediately. Here's what's actually happening. If you don't fully believe in what you're selling, your audience can feel it. Even if your offer is good, even if your strategy is solid, they feel the hesitation. And that hesitation creates doubt that kills sales. Let me show you what this looks like. You explain the offer, but you keep adding more and more details, trying to make them understand. You soften the language instead of saying exactly what needs to be said. You hesitate when it's time to make the ask. And your audience picks up on all of it. They may not be able to explain it, but they feel like something's off. And that feeling is what makes them pause. And hesitation is where sales die. Most people think they have a strategy problem, but a lot of the time, it's a conviction problem because belief shows up in how you communicate. And if you're not fully sold, they won't be either. And this is where people get stuck because they try to fix with more tactics, better scripts, more content. Have you tried those before? Yeah. But none of that fixes the underlying issue. And I'm sure you've probably experienced that. And it can be very frustrating. Um, if there's a gap between what you're saying and what you actually believe, people feel that. So before you try to optimize your strategy, check your conviction. Do you actually believe what you're selling works? Do you believe it's worth the price? Would you pay it? Do you believe it can help the person you're speaking to? Because if you don't, that's the real problem. And once that's solid, everything else will get easier. From there, your message gets clearer, your delivery gets stronger, and selling stops feeling like something you have to force. And so if people aren't buying, don't just look at your strategy, look at what they're feeling because they already are. And if you're trying to figure out exactly where your revenue is blocked, you can take the free 5-minute diagnostic at the link below. So you can stop guessing and start actually solving where your revenue is breaking down.